Hey, what up, brothers? What's up? It's the director. How are all my Chargers fans doing today? Some exciting stuff coming up. The draft coming up in just a couple of weeks. We got another scenario out here for you guys. One that's kind of exciting. I mean, I think it's awesome we're going to be able to do this today. Some trade down scenarios for the Chargers in the 2020 mock draft, or the 2020 real draft. I've seen a lot of people in the comment section asking, hey, director, why don't we trade down? Let's try and trade down. So that's another scenario I'd like to try out. But first, I do want to shout out my guy, Richard Martin, who messaged me on Twitter and said, hey, director, check out this other website here, the PFN, the Pro Football Network. They do have a draft simulator that does let you do trades, right? But he did say that the trade scenarios or the actual pick scenarios aren't as realistic as the last big board I was using and the other website I was doing with these mock drafts. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to be as accurate as I would like, but I just really wanted to get down to the nitty gritty as far as what it would take for the Chargers to trade down. Now, I'll probably do another video with us trading up here, maybe tomorrow, because it's kind of exciting that we finally have these scenarios. You know, I can actually do them in a video now, but I do want to try and maintain some semblance of realism. And to do that, we're going to be referencing, bam, this chart quite a bit. So this is a chart that gives you your value for every single pick in the draft. And this is something a lot of people do use in real life to determine how much it would cost to trade up or down in the NFL draft. So you take a look here at the Cincinnati Bengals. Their first overall pick is worth $3,000. Okay, so that's the value of their pick, $3,000. The Chargers, 6 down, $1,600. So like half of what that first pick is worth. And it does go down gradually throughout all of the different rounds. So this is something we're going to be referencing when making our trade down situations or our trades in this mock draft. So kind of exciting. Let's just jump right into it, dudes. I'm only going to do 4 rounds, I think, in these drafts. I think 4 rounds is pretty fair. I do want to ask you guys real quickly for your help in the comment section below. So Chargers fans all around the world watching these videos. I am a Chargers fan. I don't watch a ton of college ball, so there's a lot of prospects, I would say through rounds 4 through 7, that I'm not as familiar with as much as you guys. So I would love for you guys to leave your recommendations in the comment section below, and of the players you think could realistically be drafted by the Chargers in rounds 4 through 7. I will go check them out. I will watch some film, so I'm better prepared in our next mock draft in order, to target some of these guys in the later rounds. Just kind of help me out, have a full vision, a full view, a full spectrum of what I'm looking for in those later rounds. So can we do that? That'd be awesome. So leave the round you think they're going to be drafted in and the player's name, and I'll go look them up. All right, guys. So let's take a look. 4 rounds for the Chargers here. We're looking to trade down. So let's start a simulation here. There's a couple of different scenarios that could go down. All right, so let's keep that in mind as we're taking a look at these picks here. Okay, we did say that this is probably not going to be as realistic. I mean, anything can happen. I said this in so many of my mock draft videos. Anything could happen in the NFL draft. Jordan Love to the Miami Dolphins. No way in hell that happened. It could happen. It could certainly happen. So with Tua still on the board, I would be really shocked if we didn't take him. But Isaiah Simmons is also on the board. And for the sake of argument of us trading down, let's go ahead and say, I don't want to trade out of the 6th pick, man, because Isaiah Simmons is there. This is ridiculous. Let's go ahead and restart this just so I can keep some semblance of my pride, man. Like, no way am I passing on Isaiah Simmons with the 4th pick. So hopefully this next little simulation is a little bit more realistic. The Chase Young, Jeffrey Okudah, Isaiah Simmons, Tua Tagovailoa. Okay, that feels a little bit better. So let's say that the Chargers aren't super sold on Justin Herbert. All right, we got Derek Brown still here. We got Tristan Wirfs still here. That's all great, but I mean, maybe we do want to target like a Jordan Love. So who's going to try and, trade up to get maybe Derek Brown, to maybe get, Jerry Jeudy, maybe even go after Justin Herbert himself? There's a couple of players, I think, or a couple of teams that do need a quarterback that might still be really high on Justin Herbert. So let's say we're taking a look at maybe the Patriots, the Jags, the Redskins, the Bucks, the Falcons, the Saints, the Raiders, and the Steelers. One of these guys are probably interested in a quarterback if you take a look at all of their specific circumstances in their team this year. Let's take a look who's on my list that's a little bit higher than the rest of these guys. I would say maybe, the Jaguars, maybe the people have been asking me to trade with the Browns. I don't know if they're going after Justin Herbert, maybe Tristan Wirfs or Mekhi Becton. Maybe that's somebody they do decide to trade up for. I think they'll be fine in that position. Let's say somebody who really needs one. Now, I think this is a great scenario here. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right. The director, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers already have Tom Brady, the GOAT. Yeah, but for how long? A year, maybe 2. Maybe they're looking at quarterback for the next upcoming seasons after, the post-Tom Brady era, which is probably what the Patriots should have been doing. So I'm going to go ahead and say, let's trade down with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They want Justin Herbert. He fits their system, whatever. They're sold on him. They want him. And the Chargers are sitting at pick number 6 in order to acquire him. So what's the next step for us to do? Well, let's go take a look at our draft value chart to see exactly how much we should be getting back from the Buccaneers. So the Buccaneers pick here at pick number 14 is worth 1,100. So yes, we're going to want their first round pick, but ours is worth 600. So they're going to have to make up 500 points worth of value in the next couple of picks in order for us to accept this trade. So 500 points from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You got 450 in the second round. Okay, so we're still going to need another 50 points. Let's see. I think that's going to be around a fourth round pick. A fourth round pick from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 60 points. Okay, they're going after a quarterback. They're probably going to overpay just a little bit, but I think by 10 points, that's not so much, super realistic. So let's go ahead and try and get a first, a second, and a fourth from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in order to help them get their Justin Herbert pick. So let's go ahead and propose trade. We want the Tampa Bay Buccaneers pick. There they are in the NFC. So we're going to give them our 6th pick. We're going to get their first, their second, and their fourth from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Let's go ahead and propose that. It seems pretty fair. It's within the realm. It's 10 points off. We're going to propose that, and they are going to accept it. Awesome. So let's go back into the sim and see who they decide to take. It's probably not going to be Justin Herbert because this draft board's a little bit strange, but they're going to go ahead and take Tristan Wirfs. Okay, well, let's just say that they go ahead and take their Justin Herbert. That's kind of what the scenario was looking like. That's fine. That's beautiful. So now the Chargers have another pick here at pick number 14, and this is something I've seen a lot of Chargers fans wanting. The Chargers fans are all like, bro, we don't really love Justin Herbert, and if we're going to take a chance on Jordan Love, let's trade down and try and get some more picks. Kind of worked out beautifully in this situation for me, at least. I would consider, Andrew Thomas and Jedrick Wills, but I think for what the Chargers are doing, if they're going to trade down, I think they should just definitely go after Jordan Love. So we're going to take Jordan Love here in the first round at pick number 14. I think that's not too bad, man. Again, these picks here, they're not actually as far off as I was thinking they would be, but it's, it's not as quite as accurate as the last, draft simulation I was using, but kind of interesting nonetheless to see, how this is all panning out. So now we've got a couple extra, or an extra second round pick, an extra fourth round pick as well. So interesting scenario here. We have our quarterback. He's going to sit behind Tyrod Taylor this season. Now we're back on the board at pick number 37. Josh Jones, offensive tackle, Houston, still on the board. Cesar Ruiz, center, Michigan, still on the board. We could go after offensive line here. I'm not quite sure what side of the line Josh Jones plays. If it's left tackle, beautiful, but that's something to definitely consider. And we have 2 second-round picks to consider here as well. So who do we want to target maybe a little bit later? We also have Isaiah Wilson at offensive tackle. We got Zach Bond at outside linebacker, Lucas Nang. So I don't know, man. I feel like the Chargers could probably go ahead and take, I don't know, AJ Terrell, cornerback. I mean, I'm liking the value of Josh Jones here. So let's go ahead and take Josh Jones. He's projected 30. We're going to take him at 37. We got ourselves another offensive tackle. We're going to slide him in at left tackle. Even if he's a right tackle, we can definitely put, what's his name? Brian Bulaga, our right tackle, at left tackle. He can play both sides, dude. And I'm definitely thinking that, if we take an offensive tackle in the second round, he's a guy that we want to start day one. And I think our guy Josh Jones can accomplish that. So now we got a second round pick. This is where things get a little bit exciting. A lot of people are telling me, Director, T. Higgins is not going to fall into the second round. Yes, he can, dudes. I think we've seen crazy enough stuff in the past couple of NFL drafts. Anything can happen. And even though this isn't as realistic as these past drafts I've been doing, I can definitely still see these players on the board at this pick. Grant Delpit's kind of sliding a little bit. AJ Terrell's sliding a little bit. I think we're going to go with, this is tough because we're going all offense in the first rounds, but I think that's something the Chargers should definitely consider. We are going to take, I do like a couple of the cornerbacks on here too. Let's just take T. Higgins. Let's do it. Let's not even think about it. Let's take T. Higgins, in that second round pick. That's beautiful. So far, Jordan Love, Josh Jones, T. Higgins. I don't know if Chargers fans would be too upset about that. Again, I don't know how realistic this is, but pretty exciting to think that we could get away with the quarterback and a couple of extra picks as well. I'm coming into the third round here. We got a couple of different decisions we can make here. Jacob Eason's still on the board. Don't need him anymore. We got the Clyde Edwards running back out of LSU still there if we need a running back. We got defensive tackle, which is not as big of a need. I don't think at least as high. We already have our wide receiver, tight end, inside linebacker Logan Wilson, who I took last time. A lot of you guys did like this pick. I think I like that again, man. I think Logan Wilson out of Wyoming on defense should be our 3rd round pick. I think I like that a lot, actually. Where are we at? Pick number 71, so he can definitely still be there. The value picks are definitely going to be, you know, Justin, not going to try and say that last name, at defensive tackle, but I think interior linebacker is definitely a bigger need for the Chargers right now. So I'm going to take Logan Wilson in the 3rd round. We do have some extra picks to play around with, so I don't mind if that was even a little bit of a reach. Now here come the Chargers in round number 4. Let's take a look and see who else is on the board. James Lynch, Matt Pert, offensive tackle. We could get some more depth right there. Bryce Hall. No way he's still on the board here. We do need a running back. I still like Zach Moss, but at the same time, we've got 2 4th round picks. I'm going to take Bryce Hall because why wouldn't you? He's a great corner. We need more cornerbacks, so we're going to go, you know, offense the first 3 picks, and then the last couple of picks we're going to go defense, and we're gonna actually cap off this first trade scenario with Zach Moss as well, and take a look and see what we have as far as our first, you know, 4 rounds with all the picks and the accumulated from that trade. So with the trade in the 1st round, trading down with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, this is what we're going to end up with: Jordan Love, Josh Jones, T. Higgins, Logan Wilson, Bryce Hall, and Zach Moss in the first 4 rounds. Trading down starting not to look as such of a bad thing anymore, dude. I mean, how realistic that is, I don't know, man. But, you know, we're going by the draft chart here. This is the value we're looking at. Let's try one more for kicks and giggles to see, you know, if we can replicate something epic with a trade down scenario. All right, mock draft number 2 here. We'll try and do this one a little bit quicker here. Jeff Okudah and Justin Herbert still on the board. This is where I see the Jags maybe trading up for Jeff Okudah. Tristan Wirfs going at number 4 to the New York Giants. I can definitely see that happening. So maybe the Jaguars, wanting a replacement, a cheap replacement for Jalen Ramsey, decide to go after Jeff Okudah. So let's go ahead and see how much their number 9 pick is worth here in the draft chart. So number 9, the Jacksonville Jaguars, were $13.50. So they're going to have to make up 350 points to the Los Angeles Chargers. Let's see what their 2nd round pick is going for. That's 480, probably a little bit too high, but maybe we see that happening anyway. Let's see their next pick here, 225. Okay, so let's do the math here real quick. I'll determine what we should trade to the Jacksonville Jaguars in order to trade down. So according to this, it would take the Jacksonville Jaguars a 3rd and a 6th round in order to acquire Jeff Okudah. So taking a look here, let's go ahead and propose a trade with the Jacksonville Jaguars. We're going to give them our 6th pick. We're also not moving down too far, so we are accumulating value by while also not moving too far down the draft board. So we're going to take their 3rd, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and their 6th round pick here in order for them to move up, you know, 3 spots in order to get their guys. So let's go ahead and propose that. Confirm. The trade was declined. All right, so we'll try it one more time. Maybe we try and take a little bit less from them. So let's go ahead and take their 9th, their 3rd, and they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's try getting their 7th round here. I guess that's one of them right there. So let's go ahead and propose that again. And confirm trade decline. Okay, 1 second. I'm going to see if I can get this thing to work. All right, I'm an idiot. Okay, so their 6th round pick down here is 189, actually. So let's go ahead and try that one more time. Trade been accepted. Okay, that's a little bit more fair right there. Let's go ahead and resume this draft, see who they decide to pick. They're going to take Derek Brown. Let's say they were actually the ones to take Jeff Okudah, and the Panthers took Derek Brown right there. Now, the Chargers here, the Patriots actually jumped us for Justin Herbert. So that's something we could definitely see happen. But maybe the Chargers sitting here at number 9. We were just kind of looking for value in this pick. We've got some extra picks going down the board here as well. Honestly, I think, again, if we're trading down, we should take Jordan Love. But for the sake of this argument here, let's take our left tackle in Andrew Thomas and see what happens with some of our extra picks coming down the board in rounds 2, 3, and 4. T. Higgins still sitting there in round number 2. I think we should take Andre Swift, though. I think DeAndre Swift in the 2nd round, 25th overall projected. We're just going to go with the value right there for the sake of this argument here, because we do have another 2nd round pick coming up right after that. So that kind of gives us a little bit of flexibility in the 2nd round. We could definitely go Cesar Ruiz right here. We could go Jacob Eason in the 2nd round. I can definitely see Jacob Eason happening just because he's very close to what you're getting in Justin Herbert anyway. Terrell Lewis out here, outside linebacker out of Alabama, is not a bad pick either. But I think for the sake of this mock draft, I do really want Jalen Hurts if we can in a trade down scenario as well. But I can also realistically see the Chargers taking Jacob Eason in a later round, especially if we have a couple of second round picks. So basically all offense in the first 3 picks for us in this draft with the trade down scenario. Let's see what else we can nab here in the later couple of rounds. All right, sitting here in round 3, J.K. Dobbins still on the board, so it's making the DeAndre Swift decision a little bit stingy. But we also have our offensive tackles, so taking Prince here is probably not the move. Laviska Shenault still here in round number 3. We need that wide receiver. We're going really heavy on offense in this draft, but again, I think that's the move. It's a value pick. We get ourselves a wide receiver in round number 3. I think that's the move right there. And then Logan Wilson at linebacker. Oh, I hope that he falls to us. I don't know where our next pick is. All right, pick number 112. Now, there is one guy that's pointed out to me. I have been trying to read up on more players. This Willie Gay kid out here, outside linebacker out of Mississippi State. I've seen him climbing boards, projected 107. We do need linebacker. I like him quite a bit. Cameron Dantzler's still there as well, but we've taken him in a couple of mock drafts. So let's go ahead and take Willie Gay Jr. out of Mississippi State. We get ourselves an outside linebacker. And then we also have an extra 6th round pick via that trade that's not going to be shown in this little mock draft here. So all in all, in our trade down scenario with the Jacksonville Jaguars, we got away with Andrew Thomas, DeAndre Swift, Jacob Eason, Laviska Shenault, and Willie Gay Jr. Actually, I'm not too upset about that, man, especially this pick right here, Andrew Thomas. We still got a quarterback in the 2nd round. We got a running back to pair up with Justin Jackson and Austin Eckler. I don't know, now that I'm looking at it, I don't think I'll go running back in the 2nd round again, just because there was so much value still to be found in the later rounds. How long is this video at right now? 16 minutes, a little bit long, but at the same time, I think it's important to kind of see what it's going to look like if the Chargers do decide to trade down. There's 2 pretty good scenarios right there. I would do a 3rd, but the video's kind of running a little bit long. Well, if you guys like this video, hit us up with a like and sub. Super excited. We're reaching that 13,000 subscriber mark really quickly. Again, my goal is to get the 20,000 fairly soon as well, and you guys are really helping me out by hitting that like, sub, and bell notification. Well, guys, thank you so much again. This has been the Director. I hope you guys are excited for the draft coming up in a couple of weeks. We'll see you next time, and as always, stay frosty.